What's going on, everyone? What is going on? TGI Fridays here on Max Coverage TV. You already know what time it is. We're going to crack open a cold one. We're going to talk about some Yankees. I need everyone's input today because we have to talk about what happened yesterday. I went live right when it happened, but I didn't really have time to talk about it. Now I do. It's Friday, February 2nd, 2024. We are 19 days away until spring training. 19. But 20 days. My days are off. My days are off. Let me change this real quick. I apologize. We're 20 days away until spring training. The Orioles just got better overnight. The Orioles as an organization has just got better in the last 3 days. You know, with new ownership, with now a new ace on the mound. What's up, John, Hayden, Aiden, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights? What is going on, Super Miguel Plush? The Yankees are now forced a hand here, it seems like, because if I'm Brian Cashman, if I'm Hal Steinbrenner, if I'm the Yankees organization, I can't sit back and look at this Baltimore Orioles team just get better overnight and not do anything about it. Orioles coming off the reigning defending AL East division championship coming into 2024. Before the Corbin Burnes trade happened, I said this team is going to be good. It is going to be fighting for a AL East division championship once again. But I said that this team did not have what it takes to go deep into a playoff push. We saw what happened last year with the Texas Rangers sweeping the Baltimore Orioles, and it showcased just my theory. But now we're sitting here, present day, February 2nd, 2024. It's changed. Everything has changed overnight. The Baltimore Orioles have what it takes now to go deep into a postseason run. They have what it takes to go back-to-back in this AL East division. They have the lineup. That was never in doubt. Their offense has always been, or not always. Let me backpedal. The offense has been stellar the last season, and they have the young guys that we all know who is a superstar over there in Baltimore. We're talking about Adley Rutschman. We're talking about Gunnar Henderson. Jackson Holiday is still in the wings waiting to come up. Grayson Rodriguez, we saw a little bit of him. But Corbin Burnes makes this team a different franchise. A completely different franchise. What's going on, Tyler? What's going on? James in the house. Angelo, how you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing, Angelo? How you doing, Angelo? Hey, put one up in the air for me. Because this is how we get down on Friday nights. That's how we get down on Friday nights, baby. We're going to open up a cold one. We're going to talk some baseball. We're going to talk some Yankees. But I'm sitting here 20 days away until we see some baseball getting played, some real baseball. I'm a little nervous, guys. I'm a little nervous. Do I still have faith in this team? Of course. I want all my Yankee fans to just realize this, to just understand what I am about to say. This team is still going to compete this season. That's book it. Mark my words. If they don't, you can come into my stream and just throw some tomatoes at me and say, boo, this dude stinks. But I really wholeheartedly believe, non-bias, I'm just saying this as a Yankees or as a baseball fan. The Yankees have a squad to compete regardless But I always want to look at bigger picture here. I want to look at, do we have enough to get over the hump, to get back into the big dance, to get back into the World Series right now as we speak before the season begins? And I do not think so. And there is now a couple of teams in the way. I do think the Baltimore Orioles are in our way now. I do think the Baltimore Orioles are the best team in this division. With this acquisition of Corbin Burns, I do think the Orioles should be the favorites to win our division. Now, me, I'm a betting person, and I have faith in my team no matter what. And that's for every sport. I'm a Packers fan. No one believed the Packers were going to make the playoffs. I did. I said they were before the season started. And all my friends, everyone that I knew, looked at me like, you're stupid. You're crazy. They did it. So me, as a betting person, I'm still going to put money down on the Yankees to win this division, no matter what. That is the bias in me. But realistically, I think the Yankees are one move away to make it the real deal, because we have to retaliate. It's like a war here. It's like we're playing Battleship. We're playing that little, I don't know about you guys, but I love playing Battleship growing up. It's like we're playing Battleship right now with the Baltimore Orioles. And they took one of our ships down. It's time for us to pay back what they just did to us. It's time for us to retaliate, to come back from what they just did. It is time to make something happen, Brian Cashman. That is why my thumbnail is pick up the phone, Cashman, because it's time to do your job. It's time to put your big boy britches on. It's time to wake up and make something happen here, because you can't sit back and look at the Baltimore Orioles and say, we're good. We're fine. I believe in this team. Yeah, you can believe all you want, but in reality, the Baltimore Orioles are hungry. The Baltimore Orioles are a young team. The Baltimore Orioles are set up now to succeed with this rotation that they're building over there. So I asked everyone in the chat right now. We got a couple of people in the house, man. We got Mike, James, Angelo, Paul. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Smash a comment. Let me know you in the house. Mark Yanks fan is in the building as well. So that's why I ask all of you. So what do we do now? Are we signing Blake Snell, even though we, quote unquote, were out on Snell from Bob Clapsh? Are we picking the phone up and touching base with Jordan Montgomery? Or does the Yankees not want to spend any money and they just sit there and say, we got it, we're good to go? Or do they pick up the phone? Do they call 305 area code? If you don't know what the 305 area code is, it is Miami, Florida. Do they call Miami? Do they say, hey, you got a couple of guys over there that I want. You got a couple of pitchers over there that I need. Or do you call Chicago? Don't know the area code in Chicago. So if you do, drop the area code. I don't know. They call the White Sox and say, listen, I know you took off Dylan Cease. I know you said he's going to be probably a mid-season trade if it does happen. But damn it, what about this? And if that doesn't happen, do you call up Cleveland? There's a couple of guys over there in Cleveland right now. Shane Bieber, Emmanuel Clase, even though I do think we need to focus more on the starting pitchers. Do I think the starting pitching for this team is good enough to get it going? Yeah, I do. I think what we have right now, starting pitching wise, is good enough to make us compete this season. But do I think this starting pitching lineup rotation is good enough to get over that hump? No. Like Kadzilla says, Kadzilla is one of the supporters on the channel. He always says, you say a lot of ifs. You say a lot of ifs. You say a lot of ifs. We have a lot of ifs on this team. We do. We have a lot of ifs. But Cortez, Rodon, Schmidt, those three right there. Stroman. We don't know how Stroman's going to play in New York. We saw him with the Mets, but this is different when you put the pinstripes on. The Chicago area code is 872. Well, you call up 872, whatever, to the Chicago White Sox. I forgot Ass Trolls got Hader. Squash that last comment. Yeah, Josh Hader is on the Houston Astros. Houston will probably shock baseball by signing Cody Bellinger or Blake Snell. I think they would go after Cody first. What was that? Oh. My question is Snell. Oh, there's Miss Sydney in the house. Yeehaw. Not yet. Yeehaw, girl.
I'm physically in the house.
Yeah, you are. Sydney is physically in the house. Baltimore got ownership that will pay now and trade for players we need to be the Yankees and get our players. I mean, they had the money to make anything happen now. The Baltimore Orioles now are run by two hedge fund billionaires with Mike Bloomberg and Cal Ripken Jr. underneath their wings, as well as Grant Hill and two other people. I forgot off the top of my head. But they have the money now to sign these players long term. What's up, French? I'm late. What's the next move do we want or do you want? I don't like what the Orioles are doing. French, I think we need a trade. I think we need a trade. I don't know if I'm willing to sign Snell. I know he is the best available option, of course, to right now we can get Snell, but do you want to spend money or do you want to trade for a pitcher that has years of control? Because we don't need a big time player like Snell. We have Cole. We just need another quality arm in this rotation. So for me, that would be either trading for Jesus Luzardo or Dylan Cease or Shane Bieber at this point. One of those three, I would be happy. If Milwaukee took Joey Ortiz, the 64th overall prospect, and DL Hall, but they did get a 34th pick overall draft pick because it was a compensation pick. But they took those two players for Corbin Burns. What does the Guardians want for Shane Bieber? Because you already saw the reports about Shane Bieber possibly getting traded because let's be honest, the Guardians are going to be rebuilding here and they have a new head coach or new manager. They have a new regime. Terry Francona retired. So how much do they hold on to Shane Bieber for? We have to look at Shane Bieber now. Sonny in the house. One question is: Marcus is an ascending player or on the downward? How much of his prime is left, or is he on the other side? Well, Sonny, I would say Stroman is probably on the downward of his career, but he still is a good quality pitcher at 32 years old. Now, Stroman, of course, was better when he was 27, 28 years old, but the first half of the season last year, when he was fully healthy, he looked dominant. He was a Cy Young, he was a Cy Young candidate at one point. But the hip came into The hip was an issue. The second half, he just fell down back to earth. But I think Marcus Stroman is a solid 3 or 4 arm in this rotation. I like that he's in that spot and not like our 1 or 2 arm. So I think Stroman will be a solid 3 or 4 arm in this rotation. I think he's going to be better than Luis Severino. Mike says blockbuster the shit out of this call, 305, and get Perez, Puck, and Luis Ariz. Go all in. Ooh, Mike, that would be. How crazy would that be, Mike? Now that is blockbuster. You want to one up the Orioles? Do what Mike says. Get Perez, AJ Puck, Luis Severino. I don't think they'll give up Yuri Perez because Yuri Perez is you control this dude for 6 years on. There's a lot of years of control with Yuri Perez. But man, that would be blockbuster. Joyce in the house. I like Snell, but who would you trade? I would trade Joyce, I would probably go Peraza if it means getting a starting pitcher. I would go, depending on who we get, Chase Hampton could be in the mix. Dominguez is definitely off the table. I would not want to trade Jason Dominguez. He is untouchable. There's a couple of players. Spencer Jones is going to be a hot commodity for a lot of these teams, but you can't look at what the Orioles just gave up and say, oh, the Orioles gave up Joey Ortiz and DL Hall. They didn't even give up any of their top 5 prospects in their farm. That's what it stings the most about this Orioles trade. They gave up basically not even a guy that was not going to be in this lineup for the Orioles. They gave up Joey Ortiz for Corbin Burns, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Unbelievable. What up, Andrew? Yankees don't suck. Forget Snell and Montgomery, 2 pitchers from Miami, Tanner Scott and Luzardo. Tanner Scott is a good arm. So, Jesus Luzardo has been on our radars for all season now. I'm just dumbfounded. Yankees are the richest franchise team in the MLB. Why aren't they spending? Cheap bastards. I'm sorry, no excuses. I'm tired of all this talk from Cashman, but less actions. Yankees hasn't spent anything yet. Richest team in history. I had to correct that. Yeah, Angelo, I feel you. Because it seems like right now they don't want to spend because they have to resign Juan Soto next season. So it seems like they are saving some money for next season, but you can't look at just next season and be like, you got to look at today. You got to look at now. You got to look at this season coming up. By any means, I say sign Juan Soto. You have the money. You have to get it done. But you're right, man. They had to start spending some money or make a trade. Get something going here. This guy's username, I can't even say it. Yankees probably don't do anything. It wouldn't shock me if they don't do anything, honestly. It wouldn't, but I just don't see how you can't. You just sit around and not do anything. I don't see them doing that, but maybe Brian Cashman is so in love with this roster right now heading into the season that he doesn't do anything. What's up, Terry? Get Snell now. If I was the GM, I would have gotten Snell in Class A. Baseball, appreciate you. Need a top starter, as God forbid if Cole gets in. Oh, don't wish that juju out to us, Patrick. Do not wish that juju out. That's the last thing. I don't even want to think about stuff like that. If that happens, we are in deep trouble. Deep trouble. Snell has hate for the Yankees. Can't even see big money getting him. I think money talks, bro. At the end of the day, money talks, especially, we're 20 days away from spring training. He's going to want to get on a team. So money does talk at the end of the day. I just don't think the Yankees are going to be throwing a lot of money down on Snell. The first offer we saw was 5 years? Was it 6 years? 150? I don't think we're going over that 150 mark no matter what. I think we're going to stand pat. K Zilla in the house. Rather trade for Cabrera. Cabrera would be nice. Nice deal for Baltimore. Rico in the building. If they don't re-sign Burns, they get a first-round compensation pick. Yeah, I mean, it's a win-win for Baltimore. Rico, they fleeced them. There's no way around it. That's what makes it more frustrating to look at. They don't give up. I mean, DL Hall was a nice bullpen piece for them, but they have the farm. They can probably sign someone on the free agent market still to fill in his role in the bullpen, but it's frustrating because Baltimore got way better overnight. Appreciate you, Ninja, like number 23. Let's go. Smash that like button. We got 49 in the building. Appreciate you. The Yankees are sitting at Dr. Van saying trade for Clase and Cabrera. That would be a monster move. The Yankees are sitting at $305 million salary. That means anyone we sign throws the organization into paying 110% luxury tax. Yeah, that's another thing. Is how going to be cool with paying that much money in the luxury tax? If it means bringing a World Series championship to the Yankees, I'm assuming he would. But at the end of the day, it'll pay for itself if the Yankees are, a World Series contender. What's up, Victorino? Past experiences say they don't do anything. The hope, however, is they do a shock and awe. Yeah, Mike. I mean, the Orioles came out of nowhere like Randy Orton does when he drops the RKO on you. Straight out of nowhere. The Orioles came out of nowhere with the Corbin Burns news. I did not expect that to happen. So if they can do it, we can too, damn it. We can too. Oh, Miss Cindy in the house. Yeehaw! Cindy's in the house. There she is with her cowgirl hat. Her stunner shades. Dropping the Simba. I'd see what Brewers want for Williams. Yeah, Devin Williams would be nice, but I think we'd much rather look at a starting pitcher. It seems like they're pretty solid with their bullpen right now, Kzilla. They haven't really. I mean, Keenan Middleton. If you didn't see this, Keenan Middleton went to the St. Louis Cardinals today. Of course, Wandy went to the Padres. Fujinami went to the Mets. It's slim pickings now. I think it's Phil Maton and Ryan Stanek are the last two bullpen pieces left. I just don't think the Yankees are going to sign anybody. I think they're going to roll with what they have with the bullpen. Technically, Orioles got Burns for nothing, but when the Yankees was asking for him there, they were asking for sun and the moon. I don't get it. Well, it's because at the end of the day, people hate the Yankees. They hate them. The whole MLB hates us. They don't want to help us get better. They don't want to help us get better. That's what happens. It seems like they're all just they're all plotting against us. I think exactly what Sonny just says. I think the entire league hates us, the Yankees, in their front office and how smug they are. They would take a bag of baseballs for their best players, but not from the Yankees. Exactly, Sonny. Exactly. I think you are 100% correct. The Yankees were willing to acquire Sosa and his $31 million salary and plan to sign Yamamoto for another $30 million. Howe was already committed to spending big money on the luxury tax. Yeah, but Yamamoto's 25 years old. Unless you're trading for someone like Yuri Perez or Dylan Cease, Shane Bieber. Luzardo's pretty young. He's like 26, 27. So Yamamoto was just a young guy coming in. Everyone wanted a piece of him, and they wanted to lock him down. I think Yamamoto was on another level. That's why they were trying to throw $30 million at him. They're not gonna. Do you see them throwing $30+ million on Blake Snell? at 32. Max, your NFL exclusives were clutch this last season, homie. Yeah. I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, you saw Middleton. Yep. Willie Adames will be next to go to the Orioles, I think. Why do you say that, Angela? Roasting Orioles. Just leave. You're nothing but a pet peeve. People call you dumb, but really you deceive. Oh, Super Miguel Plush over there rapping. Ron in the building. I love that they hate us. Let's go Yankees. Oh, talk to him nice. Talk to him nice. We are the evil empire, but we haven't been to the World Series since 09. Oh, wow, Kyle. How could you, Kyle? Does Baltimore now compete with both New York teams for Soto? Will Star, I don't think they're going to compete for Soto because they love their offense, they love their lineup, and they have young pieces all around. So I think I don't think they'll compete with Soto. So if they hate us, let's give them a reason to hate us even more by the Yankees winning 4 in a row. Let's go, Mike. Let's take the Astros down and sweep them to start this series, start this season. I'm not hating. I tip the hat at the Orioles. Only team I hate is the Astros. Yeah, I mean, you got to tip the cat to the Orioles. They've been, bro, the Orioles fans have been in the cellar for how long now? You can't hate on what the Orioles are doing. You cannot hate. I hate the Red Sox, though. The Red Sox got Theo Epstein back in that building. That's scary, too. So, like, the whole AL East is getting better, it seems like. They threw $27 million at Rodon. That is true. And that's what Blake Snell wants, is he wants more than what Rodon makes. Kyle's a jerk. Why does Ron Regan have the AAA team? Why not? Why not? What he can't support the Scranton Rail Riders? I think the league laughs at how New York can't build a lineup, contact hitter, stealing, bunting, none of that. Yes, we can. And we'll show it this season. Orioles deserve it. They have been in a funk for years. Yeah. I mean, you can't. Out of all the teams in our division, I don't hate the Orioles the most. I hate the Red Sox, of course. The Rays, I hate more than the Orioles. Even the Blue Jays, honestly. Blue Jays want to talk that smack and talk about Judge cheating. So, but now the Orioles are going to be a thorn in our side for years to come. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. I think Rodon is the reason keeping them from throwing that much at Snell. It is. I think, them throwing that much money on Rodon kind of scares the Yankees to throw money on Blake Snell. Want to be Cohen 2.0, Dodgers and Trolls screw. Cashman's cronies, I don't think like that. Shout out to the 68 in the building. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Smash that thing. Let's go. So, who do you think leads the Yankees team in home runs this year? I'm gonna say Judge. If he's fully healthy, 100%, I think he's going to be Judge, of course, and then followed by Juan Soto. I do think Soto is going to hit over 40 home runs. So Judge will hit 48 to 50. Soto will hit 40 to 45. I have a bad feeling they will not sign Soto. They will ask for a discount and tell him what a great favor we are doing him. We haven't won it a long time. To be relevant, you have to overpay. I think they will sign Soto, Sonny. It might be a lot of money. It might be a crazy amount of money, but I do think we can get it done. They have to get it done. They have to. Hey, Max, who were the last 2 pitchers that have rejected the Yankees in the past? Verlander was one of them. Trying to think. I mean, Yamamoto just rejected us this season, so I would say those 2, the 2 biggest ones. Yeah, I totally hate the Red Sox, Astros, Jays, Rays, and Mets because of their fans. Maybe package Glaber and some prospects for a pitcher. DJ to second. Sign trade for a third baseman. Well, if we trade Glaber, we're gonna have to put in Peraza. Peraza would be our second baseman for a pitcher. So I mean, who do you think, Juice Man? Because teams are gonna be hesitant on Glaber just because he's a free agent after next season. I don't understand the whole Josh Donaldson facade, Sonny. I never liked it. Didn't think it was gonna be good from the start. And yeah, it frustrates me that they were so sold on Josh Donaldson the whole time. I've been calling the Yankees games for 2 years now, and from the get-go, I did not like Josh Donaldson. Didn't see what they saw, and yeah. The only team in this division that worries me are the Orioles. I think I'm on the same boat as you, Ron. The Rays are going through I wouldn't say a rebuild, but they're kind of going through a lot of turnover, especially with Wander Franco dealing with his off the field stuff. They traded away Luke Raley. They have all these pitchers coming off Tommy John surgery, like Shane McClanahan, Jeffrey Springs, Drew Rasmussen. Like all these guys blew out their arm. So I think the Rays are going to be. It's going to be hard for them to compete. Manuel Margot is gone. Tyler Glass now got traded away. Like the Rays they took a big hit this season. Yamamoto will be a bust. ERA will be 3.0 or 3.5. He hasn't played. I don't think that's a bad ERA though. You can't call that a bust with his first year having a 3.0 ERA or a 3.5. I wouldn't consider that a bust. I saw that Heyman said in the New York Post that the Yankees wouldn't mind paying Snell more than Rodon. I don't know if I trust John Heyman. The reporting is all over the place. I mean, we just saw Bob Clash said the Yankees were out on Snell, and now the Yankees wouldn't mind paying Snell more than Rodon. I don't know who to believe anymore. I believe when Jeff Passan tweets when he tweeted last night. That's when I start believing in stuff. I mean, everyone hated Donaldson, dude. Ohtani rejected the Yankees twice. Yeah, that's true. Wonders on the Epstein list. One of my favorite memories from last year was booing Donaldson in person. Was that at the Colorado series? Yeah, one of the games you were behind home plate, weren't you? O's versus Dodgers in the World Series, says Paul. O's aren't gonna get there. Something's gonna happen. Baltimore will fall. It'll be the Yankees that squeak in, going to the top and winning the 28th championship. Isn't Randy Orton? Yeah, Randy Orton is the legend killer. Well, not anymore. He's now the apex predator. Yamamoto will be a bust with a 0-15 record and an ERA of 7.50, just helping Angelo out. There you go. That's a Fujinami stat line right there. That's a Fujinami stat line right there. What up, Jacob? What's going on, bro? We got 68. Hit that like button. Smash that thing in the smithereens. Subscribe if you're new hanging out. We're closing in on the season. A lot of content is going to be coming down the pipeline. We got you covered. Jonathan in the building. What up, Max? Waiting on Snell to sign the damn deal already. Let's see what happens. Even if it's a trade, something. Yeah, all the Yankee fans that wanted Yamamoto badly are now saying he's going to be a bust. I don't think he'll be a bust. Yeah, I'm frustrated he went to the Dodgers, but at least he didn't go to the Orioles or the Rays or someone in our division. Anthony in the house saying, "Are we going to get Shane Bieber?" I don't think it'll happen. I mean, at this point, anything can happen. It's baseball. It's the MLB. Anything can happen in this sport. We saw last night. I mean, if you had it on your bingo card that the Orioles were going to trade for Corbin Burns, I would have said you're a liar, first of all. But anything can happen in this sport. So, like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible. Yamamoto is a ghost buster. Hey, yo. Yamamoto wins 20 games this year. I mean, he's going to be good, dude. I'm telling you, he's going to be really good. He didn't go to the Red Sox. Exactly, Mike. I mean, at least he went to the NL. There's a little silver lining with Yamamoto. At least he went to the NL and he didn't go to a division foe or rival or someone in our league. They are more likely to sign Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is signed to the Toronto Blue Jays. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, bro? Oh, I gotta watch out saying bro. I can't say bro. I said bro. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that bad?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh. What deal? I thought Yankees pulled Snell's offer. Yeah, Joe said they did, but I'm just saying we got to figure out something. What are we going to do? Are we going to trade? Are we going to sign somebody? Like, we still have a lot of time. Well, I mean, not a lot of time. We have 20 days, but peace and blessings, brother. I love your channel. Just subscribe. Much success to you. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, Sonny. You are the freaking man. We're going to say, yeah, Paul said I can say, bro. I know. I'm trying, Paul. We're going to have a lot of content coming down, especially when the season starts. I'm going to be calling almost every single game. Almost every single, not all the games. I got to miss a couple. But we will have weekly shows, weekly call-ins, all that stuff. You want me to say, bruh?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Talk to him, Paul.
No.
What's up, my guy? Robert in the house. Yes, sign another good starter and forget Monty. Get Snell. I'm telling you, we are going to need Snell when Rodon goes down. Don't you wish that bad juju on us, Robert? Robert has a nice, fresh grill. This man got veneers. He called in last season looking fresh. Robert, we need you to call in the season and show the world what you got, man. But don't wish that bad juju on us, please. Mr. Glenn, Yankees need pitching. They do, Mr. Glenn. You are right, sir. You are 100% right. I would say trade for. I'm more leaning on the trade side. I would much rather us trade for a pitcher, Jesus Luzardo, someone from Miami. I mean, if they're willing to give up Cabrera, Yuri Perez, Tanner Scott, whoever they have. Maybe Dylan Cease is still in play, but like I said, the White Sox already said that they are going to wait at least until the trade deadline. Yankees. Oh, yeah. Robert, Sydney's in the house. Yes, she is. Yo, Max, the Orioles are going to crumble. Huh? Yeah, physically and literally. She's rocking her nice little over-the-ear headphones right now. Looks like she's about to go to the kickboxing gym and start beating someone's butt. Yankees basically took Stroman over Burns. I wouldn't say that, Paul. I wouldn't say that. Burns was out of left field a little bit. I know we have discussed Burns a little bit, but I did not expect the Brewers to trade him before the season started. I did say around trade deadline we could see Burns move, but not like this. Yeah, I saw Middleton went to the Cardinals. Yep. That's a good signing by the Cardinals. Cardinals have been loading up on pitching this offseason. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Max, remember the video where you said Frankie Montas went to Cincinnati? That was the first live video I showed up to you in your channel. Oh, thank you, Super Miguel. You are awesome. Snell's numbers don't warrant the cash or time that he wants. I just need the Snell from last season. If we're gonna sign Snell, I need him to throw like that every single year. That's what I need Snell to do. We are 3 subscribers away from 5,200. Can we get there? We got 3 away from 5,200. If you're a Yankees fan, MLB fan, smash the like button. We talk about the Yankees, baseball every single day, almost every time on this stream. I promise you, the channel, you will enjoy it. And if you don't, thanks for stopping by anyways and just hanging out with me. Let's look at what's left in the market. I mean, this is the free agent market here. I'm not going to even talk about Joey Votto. I'm just going to scroll by these guys, okay? Like Liam Hendricks, I don't think the Yankees are going to go that route. Cody Bellinger is still in play. There's rumors saying the Yankees are favorites to land him. I don't believe that rumor whatsoever, but that's still there. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? I do not think Snell is worth 9 years, 27 or 270 million. No, I don't. I do not think he's worth that much. I already said he needs to come down from. No one's going to pay him that much money. Huh? What? Oh, I thought you said something.
Yeah, I did.
What'd you say?
Drake actually, I just went, oh Jesus, this Drake actually did cancel it.
Oh, of course he did. Burns is 29 years old and never pitched a complete game. Only pitched 200 innings one time. That's one thing that's big with Rico is if you don't pitch over 200 innings, he doesn't want you. I've noticed that with Rico. Orioles got Burns for a steal. If that was the Yankees, the Brewers would have asked for Dominguez and Jones. That's what I'm saying, Artie. I agree. I think that's why the Yankees haven't traded it with anybody. I just don't understand why teams went after Joey Ortiz and DL Hall from the Orioles. Like at least go after someone that is top in their farm system. Like I know they weren't going to trade Jackson Holiday or anybody like that, but Joey Ortiz wasn't going to be ever playing for the Orioles. And that's who the Brewers traded for. I don't know. I feel like they got fleeced. Yankees are wary of paying an older pitcher for 6 years, $50 to $60 million a year. Oh, yeah, we're not doing that. Mr. Glenn, thank you for that subscribe. Appreciate you. Who do you think is the Yankees leadoff hitter? I think it's going to be DJ LeMahieu until he starts struggling. Aaron Judge was somewhere. He was like on camera with a mic in his hand, and they asked him like, where do you think or what do you think the lineup will be like? And he says, as long as DJ, Soto, Judge is 1, 2, 3, he'll be happy. So I think DJ LeMahieu will be our leadoff hitter to begin the season, unless he starts. Of course, if you start struggling, you're gonna have to be swapped out. Snell, 3 years, 100 mil. What? Iffy. I would give Snell 3 years, 100 mil. I would. Would Scott Boras accept it? Will Snell accept it? Probably not. That's what you got. At the end of the day, we're competing with Scott Boras with Blake Snell. DJ or Verdugo will lead off until Volpe shows he can hit better this year. I'm with you 100%, K-Zilla. 100% lockstep with you. Verdugo has shown he can lead off. I do think the Yankees give DJ the nod to start the season. Like I said, if he starts struggling, he'll get pulled. 2 subscribers away till 5,200. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. We're at 72 in the building right now. Smash that like button. If you're a Yankees fan, if you're a baseball fan in general, appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. Happy Friday. Happy weekend to you all. I unfortunately have to work tomorrow, but my weekend starts basically tomorrow. But thanks for stopping by. Let's see where we at in the poll right now. So it looks like we're more leaning on like the fan base here in the chat is more leaning on signing Snell or Monty. Okay. So you want to throw some cash down other than trade for a player with control. The reason I say trade is because if you are 100% going to re-sign Juan Soto next season, you need the money. If you sign Snell, it'll be difficult to lock down Juan Soto next season. That's my opinion. Dan Inspiration in the house. The Yankees kind of blew it. They should have saved Sweeney in the trade for Corbin Burns instead of giving him to the Dodgers. Yeah, I mean, we still have other shortstops like Arias we could have gave up, though. I don't think Sweeney would have been the deciding factor. I mean, Arias is still a young, really young player that the Yankees could have offered him. Who's the most popular guy? The nudist quality, the one who can carry a cup of coffee in each hand and a dozen donuts. Okay, Patrick. You tell him, bro. Gonna need 500 plus. Yeah, I agree, Paul. I agree. 100%. I agree with you. I was saying 500 to 550 would be my guess. Snell for 3 years, 100 will be 33 mil a year, which means next year he will cost almost 70 million because of taxes. I still think, I mean, 70 mil. How would it be 70 mil next year? 501 strikeouts for Luzardo. Yeah, I mean, but I'm looking at last year, bro. The 2023 season with Luzardo is stellar. I know he had a 3.58 ERA, the 4.18 in his career. I know seems a little high for liking, but last year he was fully healthy, pitched all 32 games. That's basically like a full season. 178 innings, 208 strikeouts. The whiff, strikeout, and the walk rate, all phenomenal for Jesus Luzardo at 26 years old, and you have him for 2 years of control. Was it 2 or 3 years? Let me look it up real quick. I think it's actually till 2027. Let me look up his contract just to make sure. This is who I would trade for. Yeah, actually, you have 3 years of control. So if I had to say, which I don't, of course, if I had to say, I would say the Yankees need to go out there, someone like Jesus Luzardo, other than sign Blake Snell. I'm telling you, Tanner Scott is much better and will cost nothing. Yeah, I know 5 years with Cabrera, but he would probably cost more prospects for Edward Cabrera and for Yuri Perez, of course. I think those two are going to cost more. For Jesus Luzardo, I think we give up, maybe you package him with AJ Puck for maybe 3 or 4 of our prospects. So right now, Mr. Glenn, we're sitting just below 300 mil in our payroll. I can double check that, but last time I checked, it was around 290. Yeah, we're sitting at $287 million in payroll. 14.7 million of that is retained money paying Aaron Hicks and Josh Donaldson. But yeah, we're closing in on 300. What's up, Chef Nick? What's up, Max? What's cooking? I don't think the Yankees are going to sign anyone else. They let Middleton and Peralta walk. A trade is possible, but they will save that money for Soto. Seems like that's what's going to happen, Chef. That's what's going to happen. That's why I'm leaning more of making a trade happen than signing somebody at this point. I'd much rather us trade for somebody like Luzardo with a lot of years of control. I know it's going to suck. We might have to see someone we don't want to see get moved, but you got to think about what Cashman and what the Yankees are thinking about right now. And they're seeing Corbin Burns go over to the Orioles. You can't just stand pat and just let it happen with no retaliation. That's my opinion on it. Yeah, I'll look up Tanner Scott in a second here. What's up, Stoner Boy in the house? How are you taking the loss of Wandy? Says Jeremy. It stings. I mean, I already said I would have took Wandy or Middleton over half our bullpen right now. It sucks. I mean, good for him. But then again, it's also a 1-year contract essentially because he has 3 opt-outs with the Padres. It's a good contract for him because if he gets hurt, he can he can opt in and be back next year. But he could be a free agent next season again. But it's gonna hurt, man. Wandy gave us some good games and good years. No offense, but Soto is gonna want like 600. You really think they'll pay that? I think it's 550. Luzardo was always hurt. He finally made 32 starts last year. Too much of a gamble. Well, just depending on who we would get. I think that's what I'm saying. I think we would get more than Jesus Luzardo, Rico. I don't think it'll be just him. I think we would get like AJ Puck or someone else with him. Tanner Scott, the lefty, 29 years old. This dude is his charts are off the chart, honestly. Yeah, if we can get Tanner Scott and Jesus Luzardo, you wouldn't tell me you wouldn't want that. Look at these stats, man. Gosh, Tanner Scott is a beast. Yeah, exactly, Hayden. If we got Tanner Scott and Jesus Luzardo, oh my gosh, that would be filthy. 104 strikeouts and 78 innings with a whip of 0.99. He's filthy. He's filthy. What's up, Grand Admiral? Hey, Yankee fans, would you guys want Michael Conforto, Joey Bart, and Diego Velasquez for Trent Grisham and Will Warren? No, I would not. I wouldn't want it, Grand. Oh, there's Kyle Shanahan in the house. You ready for the big game next Sunday? His stats are based on 1 year, though. Talking about Tanner? Tanner Scott has 1 year left on his contract. I mean, I would be okay with that. If you get a good bullpen arm and you get a starting pitcher in return, I'll be okay with that. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But at least we made a move. At least we made a move. Get Luis Ariz as well and make the offense ridiculous. That would be crazy. It'll depend on who they would. If it's a 3, if they are going to send Tanner Scott, Luis Ariz, and Jesus Luzardo, I don't even want to know who they would want in return. What up, Connor? Yeah, I mean I would say the Orioles are the betting favorites to win the AL East right now. I couldn't even front with you. I just want Will Warren. You talking about you're a Giants fan? I don't know who I want. I gotta check. I gotta take a look at your roster. I don't know. Who are you giving up to get them? For Tanner Scott, Luis Ariz, and Jesus Luzardo? That's gonna be a big trade. I think. I mean, God, I don't know. They would definitely want Peraza. If I'm Miami, they would definitely want Peraza to take over for Luis Ariz because they want to shed some salary. You would definitely want a pitcher, so I would probably send them either Chase Hampton or Will Warren. Maybe a lower end prospect in our farm. Maybe 2 of them. I don't know. I don't know who the Miami Marlins would take for that big package. I don't know. Pause. Luzardo and Scott will cost about 5 prospects. That's what I'm saying. It'll cost a lot. And especially if they throw in Luis Ariz in there. Yeah, he's a problem, bro. Tanner Scott's a problem now. I will say that. You cannot give them Will Warren. We don't have any starting pitchers on the horizon for years. Well, I mean, Jesus Luzardo would be a starting pitcher for 3 years for us. I'm only giving up Will Warren if we get Jesus Luzardo, bro. That would be my only if. I would give up Glaber, Peraza, and Will Warren for that big. I mean, they wouldn't take Glaber, though. They want to shed salary. That's the thing, Angelo. They already have issues right now with Luis Ariz. Luis Ariz wants money, and they're going to the arbitration hearing because Miami offered him this much. He wants this much, and now they're going to the hearing. And that after that happened, that's when the reports said, or that the reports that came out saying that he was available for trade possibly. So they wouldn't want to risk Glaber Torres. Luis Ariz has still 1 more year of control after this season. So you have 2 years essentially. Glaber he can go and dip out. Get rid of the prospects. I mean, there's 2 fans. There's 2 different fan bases. There's the fan base that says you cannot trade the prospects. You got to build. You have to make sure you're set for the future. And there's another fan base on this side saying, screw the prospects. They're all question marks. I would much rather trade them away for a for sure player. Jesus Luzardo is always hurt and only pitched reasonably well for a 1 year only. Lisandro says Luis Ariz and Luzardo. Forget Scott. I think it would be Scott or Puck. I would take either or. AJ Puck is nice too. I don't know if they'll be willing to give up Scott, so maybe we settle for Puck. Puck could be our Wandy replacement. He's a lefty, and he has really good numbers. Strikeout percentage really high. He had a 3.97 ERA, which is kind of high, but he had 78 strikeouts and 56 innings, 15 saves. So he was, in that save role as well. Those are the 2 arms that I think in the pen that they would move. If I'm getting Luis Ariz, Luzardo, and Scott, they can have 5 of any of our prospects not named Dominguez or Jones or Volpe. For me, yeah. I think I'm with you, Kzilla. For real. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's gonna be two sides of the spectrum. There's gonna be 2 sides. One says screw the prospects, and the other one says no, we need them. No matter what this team does, not everyone will not be happy. I will say that. There's going to be people that are going to be pissed off if they make a trade, and there's going to be people that are going to be pissed off that they don't make a trade. What's going to help this team get better now at the end of the day? It's the Yankees, for God's sakes. Our thing hasn't really been building from the farm, even though, yeah, we haven't been to the World Series since 2009. That's what's killed us in the 1980s. Steinbrenner trading away Willie McGee, Fred McGriff, and Jay Bunner. He almost traded away Jeter and Mariano. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But the difference is between the Yankees and the Oakland A's, though, is we had the money to not do what they did. Cease totally gets moved this year. It's just a matter of time. I know. I think it'll happen before the trade deadline for sure, Mike. It will. I don't know about Cease Max. Is changing my mind to Luzardo and this Scott guy now. Luzardo has more years of control, Jonathan. Cease is probably more established because Cease has proven that he's been healthy his whole career. That's what I would say. Also, Luzardo's a lefty and Cease is a righty. And I do think Luzardo would probably cost less because the White Sox view Dylan Cease as their ace pitcher. So that's what you have to kind of think about. That's why I brought up Jesus Luzardo. Yankees need to shock the world. Oh, we will. We will shock the world, man. Yeah, I think the White Sox, like, there was already a GM that said that basically the White Sox view Cease and they're gonna view him. They want the sun and the moon for him. So I don't think he'll be moved before the season starts whatsoever. Two different outlooks. We build a dynasty from the farm. Plus, if you want to be able to afford a Soto or Burns, you need the farm players to keep the salary manageable. That's true, Kenneth. That is true. I mean, that's why I think Glaber he's not going to be here after this season. We're 2 subscribers away from 5.2K. 2 subscribers. Smash that subscribe if you're new. If you're a Yankees fan, baseball fan, smash that subscribe. Hit the like button. I won't be live tomorrow or Sunday, probably. Maybe Sunday for a little bit, just for like an hour or so. But tomorrow I won't be live. Tomorrow I'll be hanging out with Sydney. The Yankees owner will never spend the money his dad did. Yeah, I know, Mr. Glenn. You're right. George was different. But at the end of the day, if this team can win World Series again, you got to think about how much money that generates for Hal Steinbrenner. He has to start doing things, man. Coming off an 82 and 80 win season, Hal, you got to make a move. Yankees should have tried to get Ryan Pepio from the Dodgers. Who got him? Wasn't it? I forgot. They traded Pepio away, didn't they? Forgot who they traded him to. What happens if Judge gets hurt again? What if Cole misses starts? What the hell is going to replace him? You just trade away your farm. Well, I think Rico, we have the outfield depth now this season. If Judge gets hurt, it's not going to be anybody. Judge is irreplaceable first and foremost, but if he gets hurt, Trent Grisham's there, Juan Soto, Alex Verdugo. You still have Everson Pereira. He might be traded, though. If we do send anybody away, he might be traded. Jason Dominguez is going to be back mid-season. Stanton can still play the outfield. Don't want him to, but this outfield is a lot better than it was last season. Victorino, what's going on, bro? Traded Pepio to the Rays. Yeah, that's who they traded him. Yankees could have beaten that easily. I don't think so. Glasnow, that's a really good player. With George Steinbrenner, he didn't allow any teams to beat him on trades or free agents. Angela, you're right. George was he was determined, man. He was determined. I just wish Hal can wake up a little bit and say, "Hey, like Brian, are you for real? Like, are we good? You are 100% good to go this season with what we have." Sitting right now, we have 67 in the house. Right now, how many wins do you think the Yankees will have next season? I say 90 to 95. Realistically, I would say 90 to 95. Thank you, Super Miguel. Appreciate you. 88 wins. I don't think 88 wins will get you into the in the postseason. I think 90 to 95 gets you in. 90 was the first number that came to my mind. I think 90 to 95 would be mine. Yeah, 102. Jonathan said we're going to win the division. Jonathan said we're going to win the division. Yeah, I think 90 to 95 is where I'm laying at right now, which is a lot better than we did last season. So R2 Ren XP, appreciate you subscribing. Miguel Nunez, thank you. Dan Inspiration said Jonathan smoking. Depends if everyone stays reasonably healthy and if the bullpen does not miss a beat and the starters gives us 5.5 innings, 95 to 100 wins. All right, so that's in line for a AL East division championship. I feel like Peraza, Pereira, Ramirez would be an overpay, but should get it done. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Peraza, Pereira, and Ramirez for who? Jesus Luzardo? 96 says Kenneth. Yeah, you got to screenshot that one, Jonathan. And when it happens, you got to post it. Yankees should try to get Kershaw. Nah, he's damaged goods now. He's going to be out for that half a year anyway. I'd be willing to push it to 95 to 100 if they got another decent starter and a legit closer. I think if we got a legit starter, this team could win 100 games. Like if this team trades for No, I think he was talking about the catcher, Ramirez, Rico, I'm sorry. I think he was talking about the catcher. No one would take Nick Ramirez. That's funny. He's talking about Augustine Ramirez, the catcher. That'll be my guess. 91 says Glenn. I guess never say never. The Lakers beat Boston, so New York will have a chance at 102. Just a slim one. Yeah, they beat them without LeBron or AD, which was crazy. Hey, worst comes worse. Just saying Cole and Bauer can't go wrong. LOL. What do we really have to lose? Two Cy Young. I know, man. Everyone keeps bringing out Trevor Bauer. I just do not see them making that happen, bro. Not saying they can't coexist. I just don't think the Yankees are going to sign somebody with that stuff going on off the field. What happened? But if they don't want to trade their prospects to spend a ton of money on a pitcher, just go sign Bauer on a 1 year. Oh yeah, that would go crazy if they signed Bauer. Yeah, the national airwaves will go nuts if the Yankees sign Bauer. If anyone signed Bauer, honestly, if any team decided to sign him, it would go off the rails. Yeah, a lot could go wrong for Trevor Bauer being in New York. Smash that like button. Where we at? See, yes, we're at 55. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you guys and girls. Super Miguel Plush says 93. The Yankees signed Bauer. Might as well sign Julio Urias. Oh, Jesus. That would be a mess. That would be a complete mess. Oh my gosh. So yeah, like I said, I would go after someone like a trade. I don't know if Snell would be an option for me just because I don't see them throwing that much money around like that. So next season, just want to throw this out there. Cole can opt out. I'm looking at the stuff right now for next season, next offseason, in 2025 offseason. Cole can opt out, but we can stop that by adding another year onto his contract. Juan Soto's, of course, a free agent. Rizzo has a club option. Gleyber's a free agent. Verdugo, Holmes, Canely, and Jonathan Loaisiga are all free agents as well. Just looking at that. Throwing Herman to go. I think Herman's getting looked at by the Mets. 5 of Snell's 8 seasons. He had an ERA under 4.0. His career ERA is 3.2. He only costs money. Why not sign Snell? I wouldn't. Hey, I just don't think the Yankees are going to do it. Honestly, that's why. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just don't see Brian Cashman doing it. That was my point. Snell, I wouldn't give him 9 years, $270 million, but I would give him like a 3 or 4 year contract. I just don't think he'll take that, honestly. I think Scott Boras is one of those one of those agents that push comes to shove, he's not going to back down. Realistic trade for Yankees is the Dodgers. Dodgers have a ready to pitch Landon Knack. Look him up. He's ready to go, you said? He's ready to pitch? Landon Knack. I have never heard of this guy. The number 9 prospect for the Dodgers. 26 years old. Last season in the minors, he had a 2.93 ERA. He went 3-1 in AAA with the Oklahoma City Dodgers. 43 innings, 38 strikeouts. So strikeout rate is not that high. I'd rather have Trevor Bauer for cheaper or trade with Marlins for Luzardo. Yeah, I'm with you, Danny, 100%. If I'm just saying what I would do, I would trade for a guy with controllable years. Make sure you have the money for Juan Soto. That way, you can figure Luzardo out 2 years from now. You can lock down Juan Soto now, and we're good to go. What's the best way to stream Yankee games on your phone, MLB? I would say MLB, or if you can get Yes Network, I would say that route. Yes Network would probably be ahead. MLB is going to be slightly behind Yes. So I would say if you can get Yes, then I would do that. If not, then do MLB route. I'm about to head out for the rest of the night, though. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to all the OGs. If you haven't hit that subscribe, hit that right now. Ring the bell so you know when I go live. If you're a Yankees fan, baseball fan in general, smash that like button on the way out if you haven't. I appreciate you. Just wanted to pop in, talk more about the trade with Corbin Burns. Spend a little Friday night with you all. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be taking the day off from streaming. And then Sunday I might pop in for a little bit for like an hour or so. Talking some more baseball with you as we gearing up for spring training, 20 days away until the first game, but we are 12 days away until pitchers and catchers report. We're close. If anything happens, I'll drop a short video for you all. Have a good rest of your night. Have fun. Be safe no matter what you do. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Taking a little bit of your time out of your Friday night hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. It's always love, peace, chicken grease. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your night until Sunday. I'll see you all then. Peace. And as always,